everyone, it's Vic from At Forever Scrapping. Today I'm sharing with you a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout process video for Lottie Loves Paper using the lovely Pink Fresh Noteworthy Collection. So I'm coming to the end of my supplies of my design team pack with this collection now, and just trying to make the most of it really. So I've come up with the idea of using different shaped hearts out of my leftover pieces of paper to try and get maximum impact on my layout. I'm also teaming it with some older papers that I had in my stash. I had a rummage around and I quite liked the neutral pattern of some of this cocoa vanilla paper with the flowers. I thought that went quite nicely with my photograph of my two daughters. It was taken many years ago in some local woodland, and I just love how the light catches and just that moment of my eldest daughter giving her younger sister a kiss. It just melts my heart. And yes, I found it in my stash and that's what I wanted to scrap. So I thought it would be ideal with all the love that's being shown in the photograph to incorporate lots of hearts on my layout. So I used my silhouette to cut out some hearts of 3 different sizes. I think it was a Paige Evans cut file, but you could easily do this with a heart punch or draw your own hearts. So once I'd cut out one set, I wasn't sure how many I would need of each colour, so I then used the 3 original hearts of different shapes that were pre-cut as a stencil and drew around those and hand cut the rest myself. So I've layered them up, and that's a really good way to give your layout some extra interest and a bit of depth on your layout. I haven't stuck them down completely flat when I come to sticking them together. I just literally do a glue line down that center vertical line of the heart so that I can still just lift the edges up slightly just to give it that extra interest. So I've sort of got the rough idea of what my layout's going to look like now. I'm happy with the placement of the hearts, and I decided that the photograph needed to be backed a little bit just to bring it out from the layout so it's not swamped by all those hearts, because at the end of the day the photograph is the main focal point of my layout. Although I do really enjoy doing the art side of it and the creative side of it. So I'm backing it with another piece of monochromatic patterned paper from Cocoa Vanilla, and then some of the yellow gingham paper from the Pink Fresh Noteworthy Collection. And it's so bright, I thought it just helped bring that page out, bring the photograph out from the page and catch the, the sunlight that's coming down in that photo, the light. So I'm doing what I love best here, just fussy cutting some of the tiny remnants of that piece of paper there. It's covered in like what I would call like the cow parsley you see when you're out walking through fields and things, and leaves. So I've cut some of those out to decorate the page. I wanted the effect of the leaves and the flowers falling down the page, so I've started from the top right corner, taking it down onto my photograph a little bit and then down into that bottom left hand corner there, just so it sort of carries your eye across the layout. Now I'm just watering down a little bit of acrylic paint there to add some paint splatters on my white cardstock. To me it was too white, So I just wanted to try and find a colour that matched with that beautiful raspberry paper from Pink Fresh. So done some splatters of that, and then I've also got some Distress Oxide ink spray there. I've just taken the nozzle off and using that as a splattering tool across my layout as well. So you don't have to just use your Distress Oxides to you know, to spray. You can use them in quite a few different ways, and I quite enjoy using them just to add a few bits of paint splattering across my layouts. So I'm beginning to be quite happy with the placement of all my little bits and bobs that I'm using to embellish my page. So just deciding to start sticking some of those down. You can see I've got my phone in the left hand corner there. Like I said before, I never stick things down as I go along, so which is a bit of a problem when you've got loads of little bits like this and you need to move things around. So I always take photographs as I'm going along with my scrapbook layouts, just so that I've got something to refer back to in terms of positioning, like of the hearts on this layout. I think I ended up sticking some of them down not quite where I'd originally placed them, so I had to lift them up carefully and replace them. But yeah, so I always find that a really helpful tool, just to be able to refer back to what my layout looks like. And also, if I take a photograph of it from above, it gives me an idea of what it actually looks like visually, because sometimes layouts look different from different perspectives. So I'm sat at the table looking at it, don't actually get to see the whole layout itself. So it's quite good, and I find it a really useful tool. So I'm committing to where all those hearts are going now. There you go, there. See, I hadn't put it quite where I wanted. Luckily the glue hadn't dried too much, but yeah, it still wasn't quite right at the end, but I just went with it in the end. Just adding a few bits of the ephemera from the Noteworthy collection. That beautiful bicycle. I wasn't quite sure where I was going to use that on a layout, because we don't tend to go out for any bike rides, but it doesn't matter if it's not exactly linked to the photograph. I decided it sort of went with it anyway, the outdoorsy feel and that, so it got stuck down. And it's got like a tiny little basket on the front of it, so I ended up fussy cutting some more of the florals from that piece of paper and layering that behind, so it looked like the basket of the bike had loads and loads of flowers in it. Just to try and give it a little bit more of an organic, naturey feel, seeing as the photograph was taken outside. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe. That would be brilliant. I do check back and try and reply to everyone's comments. And it's, you know, it's still early days on my YouTube channels, but I'm trying to make more of a concerted effort to do a few more videos. As I've said, this is a advert for Lottie Loves Paper using my design team kit, which was the Pink Fresh Noteworthy Collection. I hope you've enjoyed it. You can find me on Instagram. I'll leave all the links in the description section for you. Thanks so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.